Welcome to the Twisted Deeds podcast. We're just jumping right into this one. Let's talk about men thirst for sex and murder. Now, I don't typically talk about politics on my channel. I talk about crime, and everything I talk about is a crime. Sex crimes, murder, like this is real. Now, we're talking about other countries today. We're talking about rape culture in the Middle Eastern and Middle Eastern countries and Asian countries. Mainly focusing on like the area where you got the the Taliban, you got India, those areas, because y'all, it's so big. It's so bad right now, and I feel so bad for the women over there. Oh my God. I stay watching the news about these countries because you never know what shenanigans you're going to hear. This shit is scary. This shit is hard for like those women, and I feel so bad. So it's like every time I see something about it over there, I be like, dang, we don't have it that bad. But at the same time, it's like you wish you could do more. You know what I mean? It's like it shouldn't be like this. So let's start with like Afghanistan, the Afghan women, the Taliban, that whole area, okay? So we have the women bans over there are so bad that you have women literally saying, why should we live anymore? They have high attempted suicide rates over there because of this. We have women over there who are feeling just so desecrated, like they're nothing anymore. So if you have not been watching the news with this one, it's so bad to the point that you would literally look at the news and be like, why do they want women over there? Why do they want women just for sex, just to hook up with them, just to rape them? That's all it is, y'all. You have women, the bans that they have right now over there, you have women can't get like medical training, they can't go to school, they can't be seen without, that her jobs, that's their culture, but it's so much worse. They now are saying women who don't wear their hijabs right or whatever are sentenced to death. Women can't be seen in public. Women can't look out the window because it'll tempt the man. Now, I never understood that because you have men who feel like their rape culture is so bad that if they see a woman, they're going to rape them. That's all that is. Because it's like, what kind of temptations do you have? I feel so bad for these women. They literally can't be seen. It's hot as hell, and and that's their thing with covering up, but it's like they can't uncover ever. I'm still in shock by the stuff I recently seen about the window thing. They're taking out windows so that women can't be seen. What? And then with the whole death thing, y'all, they are killing women like it ain't nothing over there. Y'all, I saw a video about this whole situation, right? And it was a woman, and they had her in a hole, and they were stoned her to death. I watched it. Like, they blurred her out, and it's so heartbreaking just to know somebody died like that in like this hot weather in a hole, and you see all these men around her, kids too, throwing rocks at her. They treat women like they're nothing over there. How is this not a hate? Like, how is this not considered a hate group like this country? How is that, that country? How is that country not considered like a hate group? That's insane. I don't know what they believe in, but that's not, whatever they believe in is not true, and I'm going to say it. That people, they're murderers. And like I say, I don't ever get heavy on politics, but this stuff be getting on my nerves, and I just be having to talk about it. I'm like, I gotta talk about this. This stuff is scary. This stuff is sad. And women are really just dying out of there, like dying over there. Those people are really twisted. These are human beings. What do they think these women are going to do to them? So just like that whole situation, you got people in India. The women over there, y'all, the rape culture in India is so disgusting. When I say I have never been so disgusted of like a country so much. I despise that country. And yes, I'm saying this, I despise India. I would never travel to India. And I know they have beautiful places. Isn't the Taj Mahal over there? They have gorgeous places up in India. But it's also considered a third world country, very poverty resin, like it's bad. I talk about crime, like I say, so I research a lot of crime over there. I just haven't talked about it. Like, I think I talked about one on my channel. It's because it's so nasty. The stuff that happens over there with the women and kids are disgusting. You have men gang raping little kids, y'all. You have men raping all these women, recording it, killing them. They're dying because of the rapes. That's how gruesome it is. And you have all these disgusting, twisted men raping, laughing, recording, sharing, and they don't care. Now, when the one thing I will give it to, like that country, when it gets so big, it gets big. Like it trends, and those people are, if they find them, they are arrested and ridiculed. But how are all these people that sick? It's kind of like you think of a country that has like no rules. That's what that country feels like to me. The whole country is twisted in my head, okay? Everybody, it's like I feel like they have no rules. They can get away with anything. It was a big one. Y'all know with that doctor, when they raped her, they gang raped her to death. And that's just so horrifying, just saying that she died. She was killed because of it. And she was a young doctor going to, like, I think she was leaving, well, just got out of medical school, or she was going to medical school. But it was a medical student, and it was trending everywhere. That's how bad that was. And I'm like, how do they do this? And they know their thing is over there that you shouldn't walk, and because this is the same thing with the Middle Eastern, they say you shouldn't be walking without a man or something. But with the Middle Eastern area, they be like the whole Taliban thing. They say women shouldn't be looking at another man. They shouldn't be walking without their husbands. Oh my God, y'all. My head hurt with this old ass ideology of like men and women. Is crazy that people still live in these times and like they can't get out of it. It's so sad. In India, the whole thing, it was another big case with a young girl who was raped and murdered, gang raped and murdered, disgusting. And her body was found, and it was trending everywhere. But they were saying that women should not be walking without men. How is that? Like, what? I never understood that. It's like, do people not understand what, like, we are in new generations, and you have people who are still so far behind that they believe that you can't walk without a man. You have to have somebody with you. Why? So you don't rape them? That's all it is. These are men talking, by the way. Like, these women have no say-sos. They feel so unsafe in their countries, and it's heartbreaking. It's really heartbreaking. Every time I be thinking I got it bad, we do not. Okay, we do not have it bad over here in the U.S. as bad as they do in other countries, especially as women. We have a lot of rights that be taken away from us, which I will be talking about on this podcast. Okay, I will be talking about abortion, and I get that all the time. People be thinking I hate men and I'm against them because I stand up for this, but it's really not like that. I just got my own beliefs. It's like I have the right to have my own beliefs. Okay. It's just that I feel so bad for women. Like, this world is very twisted. It's very sick-minded. And it's controlled by men. You have these two countries, and I put these one by one beside each other because it makes sense. Look at these people. These men are pigs. They rape women. Look at the woman crying after the rape. Do not care. She's dead because of the rape. They don't care. You could kill somebody, stone somebody. They don't care. And it's just because they want to do it. I don't know what that is, if there's a psychology for it, but I know it's disgusting. It's inhumane. And women do not deserve this. That is so heartbreaking for these women in these countries. And like I said before, I don't talk about politics, even on my channel. I don't talk about politics. But I'm definitely going to like start talking about like stuff that needs to be done because it's heartbreaking. Women don't deserve this. Women birth these children. Yes, men are, they play a part obviously, but you have women who they just be wanting to birth babies and to get rid of. What world is this? This is not Handmaid's Tale. What is this? It's so sad. If that country in the Middle Eastern do not want women, let them go. And there's millions of women over there. It is so sad. You know, during the whole Afghan thing, when the countries were like taking refugees, and I agree with that. I was like, please get them, because oh my God, y'all, let me not even get into with the Biden thing. You know, he removed the troops and all hell broke loose. Taliban came back. Literally all hell broke loose. It was like opening up Pandora's box again. That was insane. How bad that, it just literally, once he did that, everything went downhill. It's so crazy. But they saved a lot of women, but there's millions of women over there still, and they all have like no identity now. They can't talk to each other. They can't talk to people. It's so isolated. I cannot even believe that that stuff is happening right now. That's the world we live in. It's a sad ass world. And I feel so bad for those women. I really wish I could do something. But that's why I wanted to talk about this. These countries are disgusting, man. This is not real life over there. Their life is so just, it's like it just stopped. And I don't know how this isn't a bigger thing. It's in the news, but you don't see people talking about it. Maybe because people are scared to, or they just don't know what to say. But you go to the comments and people talk. I just don't understand it. Y'all, these are some twisted people, and these men in these countries really just want to rape and murder women. That's all it is. They have no other needs. I'm like, you don't have food to eat, but you want to rape and kill a woman? You don't have food to eat, but you would rather murder somebody? That doesn't make it make sense. Seriously, make it make sense. It's a disgusting world we live in. It's some sick people. And I really despise India. I would never step foot in that country or the Middle Eastern countries whatsoever. I despise the country. Some parts are beautiful. I would never step foot there. I hate the men there. Not all of them, but a lot of people there, because of the crime they commit. They just rape women, and they gang rape women to death. And that is the most disgusting thing ever. And the fact that they get away with it, they rape kids and they get away with it, y'all. When I say those dudes are disgusting pieces of trash, that's true. It's so sad, and that's not everybody, but it's a really big like a really big percent of them. So yeah, y'all, what are your thoughts on this? Men thirst for sex and murder in those countries, the Middle East and the Asian countries, mainly India. That's why I focused on it. If only, I'm going to add more because, y'all, it happens everywhere. But, boy, those two countries are neck and neck. It's crazy for the rape culture. I feel so bad for the women who are stuck over there, and they have no help and no out. They can't leave because the men don't want them there, but they also don't want them to leave. That does not even make sense. It's so heartbreaking. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I will see you guys on the next one. Stay safe.